Please dance to our song. Quorators. And we're back on Quora for another week here at the Quorators podcast with your main dogs, Alex and Jeremy. What's up, dogs?
Arf, arf.
Arf, arf, dogs.
Awoo.
If you listen to the show, you're a dog. Starting this week.
Oh, I like how the cat got up and was like, I'm not listening.
I've been made uncomfortable.
She got up right then.
The statements made on this show are ignorant, and I cannot be a part of them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Now he's just readjusting. The thing about Waffles is he likes the pillow. I've been trying to talk about him less because he's been coming up a lot. Anyway, oh boy, it's the show. If you're listening for the first time, we go on Quora, and that's the show. We got a great guest for you this week. You're gonna love it, all the way from the hit new. You've probably seen this on your local television set. The Loopholes comedy special on Amazon.com and iTunes as well.
Apple TV.
And Apple TV
and YouTube.
as well. You've probably seen her name up in lights. It's Kate Willet, everybody. Stand-up comedian Kate Willet. Kate.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, you guys are dogs. I'm like, am I a cat?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
We're not even real. Alex is making up the dog stuff as he goes.
I didn't know if that was like
to be?
If I was any kind of animal, I feel like I would be a little squirrel.
Okay.
Probably.
I approve.
Yeah, we have sound effects also.
Oh, damn.
I just realized I didn't hit any of those until we
Yeah.
started just now. But
Yeah.
those are going to be happening.
Killing spree.
Yeah, you can be a squirrel. Fuck whatever.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm very short and kind of nervous. Squirrel-like feels right.
You hide stuff.
So I sometimes do, yeah.
There you go.
What's your favorite thing you've hidden?
Ooh, favorite thing
It's a tough question.
that I've hidden?
Is it your anti-Zionism in a corporate space?
No, it's probably drugs. I would say.
yeah. You can
It's like
swallow
going to
those,
come
right?
on a tiny little piece of paper that put you under your tongue. That's a fun thing to
Oh,
hide.
yeah. Put them all in there.
Yeah.
Famously, I once got arrested for drugs, and I didn't know you weren't supposed to tell the cops when they find it. And so they took it out, and they said, "What's that?" And I said, "That's drugs."
Yeah.
They got to tell children that.
Sure.
Anyway.
Don't trust police officers. That's
That
the
won't
new
come up
children
this week.
rule for children.
I got pulled over the other day. So there was a cop parked on the side of the road, and
Weird.
I did not slow down. I was driving the normal speed limit. I wasn't speeding, but I guess if you see a cop on the side of the road, you have to slow
Give
way
him a
down.
honk.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was even the
You
law.
have to salute.
You're supposed to slow down. I did not know that was the law, and I got a ticket. And
This sounds made up. I've never heard of that. I know that's true for you have to stop for the school bus when the stop sign comes up.
Right.
Yeah.
And an ambulance you have to pull over.
No, I've
Yeah.
heard of the police. For what it's worth, that's like on the highway. If you see someone pulled over, you're supposed to slow down or
yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, that's what he pulled me over for, and so I got a ticket. It was my first traffic ticket in about 15 years.
Those
And-
bastards.
Yeah, and then
It's wrong the way they treat you.
yeah, but I had like a giant bag of kava in my car, and I was like, is this gonna count as like drugs to them? It's legal, but I was like, are they gonna question me about it?
They
I
got
don't
the
know.
dogs out.
Yeah, like,
She was gone off teas.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, Kate, it's going to be a lightning in a bottle episode. We're going to tackle a lot of dangerous topics here today. But before we do that, we'd like to start the show with our new recurring segment that we use as a cynical ploy to entrap listeners. And that is, of course, the weekly recurring segment, Tips for Women. Tips for Women. Do you have any tips for women?
Tips for women.
You don't have to have one. We
Well,
can come up with
No
one.
pressure.
I posted a tip for women on the internet.
Really? On the internet?
On the World Wide Web.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, I posted a tip for women for my comedy special, which I don't want to Like, I'm not like one to quote myself, but I literally just posted something that said tips for women.
This is like when a comic does like a morning show and I'm just like throwing you to your bits.
So
Now I understand that you have a tip for women that you like to share. I recently heard dating is weird. Do you have anything to say about that?
dating is weird. So my tip for women was, according to this, tips for women, there's a whole genre of men that are kind of sexist yet want to be dominated by a powerful woman. It's called the nagging to pegging pipeline.
Okay.
That's something that you have to
That's
keep in
kind
mind
of
if
a
you're
tip.
Yeah. But other tips for women, I would say, drink water, right? You never want to get too dehydrated.
That's a great tip.
My tip was going to be if you get your phone wet, you can put it in a bag with rice.
Okay.
Is that really true?
Yeah, it works.
I've got my phone wet a few times and I just leave it on the table and eventually dries out. And
You gotta put rice with it. You gotta put rice with it.
there.
But they're so good now with the way they make these incredible devices. They're pretty much waterproof.
But then you can't eat the rice, right?
No,
Don't
then
be
you-
eating that
and then
foam
No, I
rice.
don't think you're supposed to. I actually read
bad.
on Reddit a story about a guy that his wife, for her period, that's the thing that women have. It's another tip for women.
It's gonna be huge for our episode.
But she put a bunch of
honey.
yeah, exactly. She put a bunch of rice in a sock, and then she put the sock in the microwave and heated
Okay.
it up and used it as a heating pad for her period cramps.
Okay.
They were having financial problems, so he ate the rice that had been in the sock for months and microwaved again and again, probably wet. And he got extremely sick.
Sure.
And so he was looking for tips for other
Right.
budget
Tips for
food
husbands.
that were not poisonous rice.
This does veer into tips for men,
Yeah.
which we are not doing today.
No,
but
yeah.
this is the kind of stuff we would cover on Quorators Plus, as it is in fact a Reddit post. Be sure to support the show, patreon.com/Quorators. That's where we do Reddits. And don't eat period rice, I guess.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, well, she was calling it period rice, and he was just calling it. He's
Rice.
like, it's just rice.
Just regular rice that you could eat.
No sock. Yeah, I don't even think the problem was the period. I think it was just that it was old and it had been wet and dried many, many times.
Yeah, that'll come up. Kate, you're gonna love this great show. This is a series of Quoras following our theme this week. The theme is women analysis.
Yeah, we're gonna analyze these women.
This is analysis of women by women and their friends Alex and Jeremy.
Okay.
So what about? I feel like there's a way we could shorten that. Womanalysis or something.
Okay.
Womanalysis.
And then the
can't
sis is sort of its own women because
Oh,
it's short
okay.
for sister.
Woman anal, sis.
Womanalysister.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I feel
That's
like we're
more clear.
Analysister.
I'm looking at our concept and it's just a pile of hats
That
right
could
now.
be its
Yeah.
own show. Analysisters.
Analysis.
That's two sisters doing analysis.
Analysisters.
People are listening to that.
Yeah.
Jeremy and I are kind of the analysisters of this show.
I would say.
But I guess I have to ask all of our guests before we begin. Have you been on Quora and what do you think of it?
I have been on Quora. I feel like I've looked.
Thank you.
We own it.
I feel like the most common type of question that I've ever searched on Quora is like to try to like see why somebody thinks something.
Sure.
Like to try to kind of get perspective on a viewpoint that I could truly never understand.
It's
you know?
the questions website.
Yeah, just like I don't know, just like for example, like why would somebody ever want to blank and then you have some, maybe we'll see somebody's explanation of why they feel that way.
Exactly. And here's what makes it work. The system of our website that we own and operate and are directly to blame for anything you don't like about is you can only post the question and then other people can only post answers. So on Reddit, when there's a question followed by explanation of what the hell you're talking about, that's not included.
We don't
Yeah.
like that.
And so it opens up a whole world of discussion where society speaks up. So we like to end and begin each episode with a question that we ask every week. Now, we forgot last week. Jeremy actually picked up the slack.
That's right. I asked a question last night at like 2 a.m. because I realized we never asked a question. This is related to our episode last week. The question is, who is the best member of your family to smooch?
Okay.
Ugh.
Don't say daddy.
That's such a gross question.
It's because we read a lot of questions about people who were asking about smooching their aunts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a whole community.
I think I would do a cop out in that situation. Be like, obviously, my pets.
Okay.
Oh, that's
good.
really good.
Yeah, just my little tiny guy, little Mr. Albert, like my little cat.
The two answers we got, from one person, but was another similar answer where Kirsty Walker says, my husband, of course. Anyone else in my family is out of bounds.
Ooh, you can't go there.
I like this is out of bounds. Like I want to, but it just wouldn't be right.
Oh, there is one more answer.
That's icing.
This guy, Nathaniel, whose qualification is kissing is fun, says, well, me, obviously.
Wait. That's not the full qualification.
Sorry. Kissing is fun. Like really fun.
Exclamation point.
Nathan says, well, me, obviously, or so I've been told. I mean, my brother just can't kiss worth a darn. I mean, I wouldn't know personally, but I'm just going to dig myself a hole with this answer. I'll just say me and stick to that. Yeah, smart idea. All right, Nathan, doing a little bit at the end.
Okay, so I actually don't know if my brothers can kiss a darn.
I think it's to me what's fascinating about Quora is like people who have built like their brand on Quora. Like wasn't that like Jordan Peterson got famous from Quora?
Famously so.
You know, like,
He's one of our big guys.
He's one of our guys.
do you read his answers a lot?
Not really.
He's kind of graduated out of it.
Yeah.
But he was.
They throw back to him.
Oh, there was this other guy that like was on Quora a lot. This guy's so disgusting.
Name's Jesus Christ.
No. This dude's
He
name.
only had 13
Okay,
followers.
this guy's name. His name is Franklin Vo. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, I'm going to look him up.
So Franklin Vo,
How do you spell Vo?
like Veaux.
Not
maybe?
what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Franklin Vo, he's French.
No,
Small business owner. Sexuality educator.
Okay, it's that guy. So like if you search for something sexual or relationship based, like he's almost always answering. And this guy's deal is that he is like a polyamorous guy that like wrote a book on polyamory and also like answers people's like sex questions or whatever. But this guy, he had like so many girlfriends and they all like eventually teamed up, like all of his current girlfriends and all of his ex-girlfriends
Like
eventually
John Tucker must
teamed
die.
up to like out him as like an asshole. Yeah, they kind of unionized.
This
So
is
they were
literally
like,
the plot of the movie John Tucker must
I haven't
die.
seen that. It was like kind of bad stuff. I mean, he wasn't like hitting anybody, but he was like a sleaze bag and like a mooch, and he just was always like, I don't know, just like living off these women and also being really like mean and whiny and stuff like that. And like there was just like this army of women that were like, we're all done with this guy at the same time. But he was like presenting himself as a relationship expert that entire time in a really obnoxious way, and also just seemed super gross. And to me, he just kind of embodies that like super like Reddit Quora energy.
He's got
250,000 Quora
270,000 followers on Quora.
So what you have to consider is there are less people on Quora than any other website you go on. So that's like half the website.
He lives in Portland, Oregon, if you can believe it.
Of course he does, right? Of
yeah,
course
you
he
used to live
does.
in Portland, right?
No, I just have been there a lot.
DPN dub.
Yeah, he's just kind of a gross guy. Like
Yeah, he's answering a lot of questions.
You ever see him around the scene?
no.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
All right.
I wouldn't want to. But yeah, no, I mean, it's weird because he like, to me, like he just has that kind of like that like gamer, like that like Dungeons and Dragons, like super like I'm Mr. Non-monogamy kind of energy.
I see a lot of atheism.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic fan of sex, he says at one point.
Right. Well, he's there's more to love of him.
Well, I mean, like every time I've ever looked something sexual like on the internet, like it inevitably leads you to like Quora at one point. If you're like, how do you, whatever.
How do I do this?
Yeah.
How do I get the hamster out?
No, I'm trying to think of something
How do
that
I
wouldn't
make
be
my
like
wife
a,
happy?
No, I'm trying to think of
Please,
something that
Franklin.
wouldn't be like a super weird example. But sometimes you just, you're like, it's not even something you want to do, but you're just like, why do people do this, right?
What does it feel like to wear a diaper as a grown up?
Yeah, or,
Hypothetically.
no, not even that. Like,
That comes up a lot on this show.
yeah, but
Also,
oh my God.
sadly.
If I'm a grown up baby, where is my mommy?
Yeah, it's something like that.
But
I feel like we're getting stuck on Franklin vote.
Yeah, we
we
gotta
got a
move
lot
on.
of questions here. Kate.
okay,
We got to get started.
yeah.
Okay. So
okay.
again, the theme of the week is women analysis. What are they
All
up
right.
to? Where
Hit
are
the
they
Quoker
going?
button.
And this is, of course, the first segment that we will be doing this week, which is our incel and manosphere questions in the Quoker.
All right.
What are they thinking?
Incel and manosphere?
Yes.
See ya.
Okay, this question is, how do you chat with women for money?
Okay, now I've never done this.
Now, are
Although
they
I'm kind
getting-
of doing it right now, aren't I?
when we say for money,
Am I getting paid? Cool.
Yeah, you can get paid.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's
We're
that-
all going to get paid.
That Quorators money.
Yeah.
We from
not a
formerly
lot.
cracked.com.
So wait, do we think that this is someone paying money to chat with a woman? It's not. It's certainly not getting paid, right?
No, it's well,
to be
the only
clear.
place I've heard of men getting paid to chat with women is Japan, I think.
Ah.
Oh, in host clubs.
In host
What?
clubs, yeah.
So there's this thing. It's like kind of like it's not prostitution, but like women want to talk with like handsome men, and they wear little suits and they sit around.
That sounds awesome.
yeah,
it could be you.
It's apparently it's like you kind of go on a date with the
Sure.
guy, but it's just companionship. It's not.
That's cool as
Uh,
hell.
It's
Dating
not,
is very
not,
different
not
over there.
sexual or anything.
Yeah.
Dating is so weird.
And
Dare I
it's-
say?
Yeah, I wonder if anybody has any insights on that. I could really hear about that right now. But yeah, host clubs. We check them out. Jeremy, you should join one.
I would
Be
love to
of the
join one.
handsome
I'd love to
men.
attend one.
Mhm.
I'd like to have a nice conversation with a man in a suit.
I've
Yeah.
never had one.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would do that, but maybe I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, just for a
but-
lark.
yeah, maybe I would.
How much would you pay to chat with someone? Is the
Uh,
question.
I mean, honestly, zero.
Yeah, I think you're
You
probably
know,
right.
like
We're clipping this. We're putting this on TikTok.
yeah.
They're tearing you to pieces out there.
We're only filming for that one clip. The whole show doesn't exist.
I talk as much as I can. A lot of time when I'm not talking, I'm like, I really need this little rest.
I'll
You
be
know?
in there. Yeah. So far we have pretty much like you could join a host club, but the answer is like pretty much like this is like what like prostitutes famously do, right? Is like that you chat for in exchange for money, the money part of it.
Sure, I don't know.
So I guess, yeah, either that or you could become a life coach. That could be good.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
Life coach
so he
specializes
wants
in
to
women.
get paid, or he wants to pay to talk to a woman.
I have to assume he wants to pay, correct? But the
That's
question
what I
is
was thinking.
simply, how do you chat with women for money?
Oh, I thought it was him getting paid.
My
you think
guess
he's getting
is.
paid?
Oh, I
Could be either way. How do you chat
Uh,
with women for money?
maybe I heard that as he wants to pay. I could be wrong.
If he wants to pay, it's very simple.
You
Yeah.
literally
go to a chat
up
website.
Or a therapist.
Yeah.
Go up to pretty much anyone on the street. Be like, "Will you talk to me for $20?"
Would you do it? I don't think I would.
For
Yeah?
$20?
I wouldn't talk to someone on the street offering
That's
me $20.
for patrons.
I've
More
gotten
fees.
offers to do that.
Yeah?
Not on the street, but like guys have DM'd me and they're like, like, can I like give you some money?
Will
Like,
you
I don't
debate
even-
me?
No, they're like, I don't even want, like, I'm not even trying to have sex with you or
Uh-huh.
see nudes or anything like that. Just like chat with me a little. And I'm
I-
just like, I don't know.
I love the guy who DMs women for like a very specific thing, and they're like, "I'm not a weirdo. I just want to give you money for you to talk to me." It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Hey,
I'm not one of these creeps.
I'm not a creep, but you cannot escape me. Don't even try.
Yeah. It's just like John Fetterman.
It's John Fetterman.
He's always trying to chat with women.
Oh my God.
For
That
Israel.
guy. He is like who I imagine behind like every like Reddit post. Like just like some lumbering, like super angry guy. Just like
You picture the strong man using the keyboard meme?
yeah.
Specifically about Israel. You got it, King.
I don't know about that.
He is so weird.
College students are out of control, Buckeye. I forgot about that meme. That's my favorite
Yeah, I
meme
love
of all
that
time,
one.
I think.
I love
How does
it.
it? I want to look it
It's
up.
Strong men who type.
You just
Go
look
ahead
up
and look that up. We'll
Strong
wait.
men computer meme. It's basically, for those who don't know, it's a child asking a simple question, and then there's pictures of several very, very jacked men who are answering earnestly.
Usually they give nice advice.
Yeah,
like,
where the kid will be like, how do I get into running? And the strong man will be like, just every day, you just got to go out there and try your best. Like, start small and then slowly increase the intervals. You're doing great out there. It's important for you to focus on your health.
Now, I will add that would be an ironic thing for these strong men to say, as you cannot do that much cardio and maintain that much mass.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm looking
sorry.
for strong men who type.
That can't be what you have to put.
This is
I
one
literally
hell of
just-
a podcast.
No, I'm just seeing like guys who work out. They're not even typing.
No,
Yeah,
that's not it.
No,
No.
That's not
I'll
it.
send it to you later,
Okay,
Kate.
all right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Find it later. It's funny. Just take my word for it.
I don't think any women have answered on this. This one guy says, wish I knew when you find out, tell me.
Okay. All right.
Such a lonely little guy.
So the answer is we don't know how to chat with women for money.
For buddy.
No, chatting with women for money, it's incredibly easy. That's what therapy is.
Yeah.
That's just, you just.
That's
I mean,
a
there's,
great point.
There's.
I had a
there's
male
male
therapist.
therapists,
He
but-
had a lot of problems, honey.
I had a male therapist one time for like a few years. He's pretty good. I was
Yeah.
I was skeptical at first, but then I was like, I don't know.
I mean,
makes
he was
sense.
very nice, but he wasn't a woman for money.
My therapist now is a woman, and then I think almost all my therapists have been women, but I did have one dude, but it's like rare to find a dude therapist because everybody wants a woman.
I would love if you'd click on one of those porn ads that like girls who want to chat, and it's just a therapy business.
Yeah.
Tell me why you're sad.
Yeah, you can if your sexual fetish is talking to a therapist, then it's pretty easy for you to get off, but it's gonna cost you.
I mean, I think
move on to the
the
next one.
sex worker stereotype is definitely true. Like my friend who was a stripper. Am I still allowed to say that? I think so, right?
I think that's
That your friend.
what other word. What else would you say?
Sex worker unspecified. But it's the type
Okay.
of sex worker is relevant because this was all in like a public facing business.
They were
right?
in the Bing.
Alex
They
said
were-
prostitute like 20 times, like just this episode. So
I
you're
don't know.
fine.
Well, look,
You're
Come
good.
for Alex first.
I'm very
am-
tall.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying to not offend, but anyway, she was a stripper in a strip club, and she said that like men would come in and like they would buy a lap dance, but they would be like, just,
Please
like,
don't
just
dance.
sit here,
I'm so
and they would just
sad.
want to like talk to her for
Wow.
like a long
Wow.
time and like vent, like even emotional stuff, like talk about their marriage.
Was
or-
she into that, or was she like, can I just rub my butt on you? Like, this is weird.
I would love to like do that to like a stripper, like go in the back and be like, please, I just want to talk to you. And then just has name questions like, what's your favorite soda?
Yeah, you set up microphones and you're just doing a podcast.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Have you seen Dragon Ball before?
Yeah.
Goku goes through so many stages.
My wife said that I can come in here as long as we just talk.
She knows.
Keep your
I'm
clothes on.
Keep
Yeah.
your clothes on.
Keep your clothes on.
It's a
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Now you have to
podcast.
watch this 20
You're my
minute
brother
cartoon
we're brother and sister here. You know?
in a normal way.
Yeah.
Not in a Quora way.
Was she into it? Do you know? Did she prefer that? Or
I
does
don't
she
think
prefer-
she really cared. Like I think it was sort of all the same to her, you know.
when
that
you're
she
at
was just
work,
like-
I mean, it's kind of just like whatever.
I think that was
Yeah.
very much her. Like I think her attitude on it was like, I'm gonna be exerting some kind of energy or another either way. I
Right.
don't really care what we do together, you know.
All right.
Okay, let's move on to our next question.
This next question
It's in the
is-
same vein.
How can I stop myself from being a womanizer?
Now, important addition to this question: there's no It's just how can I
you're
stop
right.
myself from being womanizer?
I didn't even notice that.
This is the song that's coming to my mind is that "Hang Up Your Chick Habit" song.
Oh.
Oh, it's not the hit song "Womanizer."
That's what Alex and I were singing before.
No, I was like,
I
hang up your chick habit, hang it up, daddy. Oh, it's like that. It's like in a Quentin Tarantino movie. I forgot what it is.
What year did this song come out?
Well, the original song I think is like from the 60s or 70s, but
Okay.
then it was like remixed in the 90s or whatever. It's very famous. You would
I'd recognize it if I heard
immediately
it.
recognize. Like, if the first 4 seconds of the song came on, you would recognize it.
But Kate, you are familiar with Britney Spears' "Womanizer."
I am not.
So that's the one we
I'll
were
give you a
singing.
hint. Most of the song is the word woman, womanizer, womanizer, womanizer. You are a womanizer, womanizer, baby.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
It's an
admittedly.
earworm.
Oh, wow.
Check it out. Britney
yeah.
Spears, friend of the show.
Oh yeah, we got to have her back on.
I'm so glad you got out from your
Friend of the
father's
pod.
clutches. He was wrong to
Third
do that
mic.
to you.
Third mic, Britney Spears. Okay, how can I stop myself from being a womanizer?
Justin Timberlake's a piece of shit.
You read the book, right?
Yeah, I did. I heard the thing. Anyway, you gotta respect them.
Women,
Yeah.
you got to learn to love and respect.
Well, that is like the answer, right? To stop myself from being womanizer.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
I
have to not think of them as like sex objects.
I say you got to chain yourself up.
Oh yeah, like
Stop
a werewolf.
yeah.
That's werewolf style.
That's what I'm
We're back
saying.
on werewolf discussion.
That's what
I
I'm saying,
have
dude.
I have real advice on how to stop being a womanizer.
Is it the
Okay.
werewolf thing?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. What is it?
Okay, because my advice was real too.
This was the werewolf.
Oh, the railroad. Oh, sorry.
Go.
I think you got to take a break from women altogether. You got to
Oh,
take a
turn gay.
no, not turn gay, but you got to like
I get what you're saying,
you gotta
Kate.
you gotta take a little break, find some other things that you're interested in. I don't know, reading books, joining an intramural
The love
sports
of a
league.
man.
Intramural men's club.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
wrestling.
And then maybe also
get what you're
figuring
saying.
out, what it is that you're getting. Like, because there are some people, like people who womanize, as they say.
Sure.
Like, people are meeting really, really different needs. They're doing it for different reasons. There's like the attention-seeking womanizer. I've dated a lot of womanizers, so I'm a real expert. Like, there's
late
people who are in
night
it for
meeting
narcissistic
wildcats.
reasons. There's people who are in it for horny reasons.
Sure.
There's people who are in it for lonely reasons. There's people in it because they love chaos.
Oh, that's an
And
interesting.
you gotta have to
womanizer.
figure out like what do you get for it, or you could just be a lifelong womanizer, like this weird ass Franklin Vo guy.
Sure.
I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know that we're not talking about this, but every time I hear the word Franklin Vo, I do put in my mind Franklin the Turtle before we get to the Vo.
It's the
And
same guy.
He's a problematic figure.
really
Then he
think
works in
about that.
children's media.
I used to date a lot of womanizers. I used to always do it.
Did any of them ever stop?
Do they reform?
No.
Can they be reformed?
Can they be fixed?
Can they be fixed? Can you stop these womanizers?
We're saying this like it's an important news show. We have you here, Kate.
Do you condemn the womanizers? What about all the dating they do?
Womanizer, oh.
I condemn the womanizers.
And the cheating.
But yeah, this is a Piers Morgan womanizer show.
Both sides are wrong.
Yeah. In order
Women
for there
for-
to ever be peace, we'll have to stop womanizing. You're gonna have to stop fucking, man. We just can't
We
handle
need
it
a
anymore.
spiritual evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, I think most people grow out of it. Like, I think most people grow out of like being like a little F boy or something like
Sure.
that. Having like drama and all that stuff. And most people just like get over that, but some people never do. But I think that like I think there's a very big difference between somebody who is like like just young and having a good time versus somebody that's like, oh, my whole thing is like I need to get, I need to be dating like 80 people to feel good about myself.
I use them as a husk.
Yeah.
That's something this figure could say.
I mean, like, I don't know, because I've dated like many, many, many people in my life, but like it was always with the goal of like just finding someone
Being
nice that
your
I really
sweet
got along
baby.
with. You know, like, and then once I did find someone very nice that I got along with, I don't miss it. But I think for some people, like they can never.
They get hooked on the rush.
Yeah, it's the rush.
Yeah,
it's
the
the
premium
dopamine.
rush.
The
Yeah.
sweet, sweet rush.
You're
Yeah.
adrenaline junkies.
Now, Jeremy, this question has to have funny answers.
Sure. I don't know. Let's read them.
Gordon Miller, entrepreneur and investor, says,
Oh my God, that's so funny as a title, entrepreneur and investor.
Look out, ladies, this account is banned.
All right, read it.
The fastest and best way to stop liking a specific girl is to start liking another girl.
Boom.
That did not answer our question, Gordon.
No,
Thank you for
apparently,
writing
you
in.
know what? To be fair, originally answered, how do you stop liking a girl?
What the fuck is wrong with this website?
So he did
Why is
actually
that in
answer
here?
a different question, and that was fine.
Do
And then
we need
it
to-
said he took the answer. It set him on a lifelong path of womanizing. He went down a womanizer spiral, and now he's a new question.
How am I supposed to host this podcast? They just show me other answers on the thread.
It doesn't make any sense. There's this other answer here that is more related. He says, Michael says, well, for me, it's very simple, but this is just my opinion. As long as we put our energy and focus on what we are trying to not do, we will end up, unfortunately, attracting more of what we don't want. I would encourage you, instead of trying to not be a player or womanize, try and spend your time and energy focusing on what you would like more in your life. Whenever we ask the universe for something we need, to ask from abundance rather than from being deficient. I don't know what any of that means.
I know that's big facts, Chief. Give
I think
him
he's
an upvote.
basically just saying have a hobby, but he said it really weird.
No, he's doing big facts.
What's the word for a mananizer? That doesn't exist, right? You can't
Man-eater.
A
mananize.
slut.
Man-eater.
That's
or
right.
slut is...
Kate
I would
said it,
never
not me.
use that
No,
word.
I've been called that a lot. A slut. I mean,
Is
yeah.
it ever... I've seen it on T-shirts a lot.
I think it was a big thing, and you know,
In
like
the 2000s, they were taking it back.
2000s.
Do you prefer mananizer?
banananizer?
That's pretty good.
That's funny.
A banananizer.
Now that's
And
good.
what is the penis if not a banana?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, no, I had, when I lived in San Francisco and I was starting comedy, I feel like I was kind of a mananizer, but I was dating like all of these losers. And it was like always like they're all very flaky and someone would always cancel. And so it's like, well, I just need more of these people, right? So then I would just get
the numbers up.
6 kind of crappy guys I was seeing, make plans with 2 of them in the
Okay.
same night. Someone would cancel. I would just hang out with whoever didn't.
That's just managing
That's
the
a
schedule.
numbers game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's dumb. You know,
Do you
when
know
I
this,
was young and dumb.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the song Mananizer by Brian Spears?
Brian Spears.
That's her brother.
It's very
Brittany's
similar song.
brother.
It's weird when you meet somebody that is like. So, I guess this is
Wait,
more
I like
into
this
incel
answer.
territory, but when you meet a guy that is so sad that like when people are like, oh, you know, it's like easy for, you know, women to get laid or it's whatever. Like when you meet a guy who like answers that stuff on the internet and they're like, it's so hard, it's so unfair. Like women never respond to you on website. And like I'm like,
What I'm realizing is a lot of the people don't even believe that and are just like, oh, this is where all the money is on YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so true.
I'll just say crazy shit at a camera while looking very
Yeah.
shiny.
I wasn't sure if this was real or not, but you know the woman who like went crazy on that airplane?
Yeah.
Apparently now she's doing like right-wing stuff. And I feel like she just did the math of like, I'm famous. I can get money if I just say that
You
like
can get
trans
so much
people
more
are
money
bad.
by being right wing. You
Yeah,
can get
it's so easy.
much money.
It makes sense. There's
Except for Brianna Wu.
right.
Brianna Wu is trying so hard to be right wing for money, and she's just not popular.
Well, here's
I
the
would
thing is,
never
like-
go on her podcast several years ago.
People say that it's so easy to sell out and be right wing, but you have to be like good at selling out and stuff.
I don't
if
think
you're
you
no
do.
good at it, you can't do it.
I don't think you do.
If you're a woman, I think it helps if you're.
The woman who was
Want?
on a plane who literally just the reason she's famous is that she like went insane.
But she
She's
said
now
you're not
making money
real to
by
the-
saying she was like holding up a can of beer and said like trans women shouldn't be in sports.
Oh.
And then she's getting money for that.
Okay.
That's so easy.
It's Get a Bag Mondays.
I feel like there's all these like
That's what the day. Yeah.
red pilled like trad
month.
wife women now
Yeah.
that are like, I rejected feminism and now I drink water and clean my kitchen. And I'm like, you know that I also drink water and clean my kitchen, right? Like, they're like, yeah, ladies, like, you don't have to never go to the bathroom. I'm just like, what are you talking
trad.
about?
I pee every day.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, back to this Quora question. The how can I stop myself from being a womanizer? I like this one answer from Shlomi, who's a translator, mediocre guitar player, and fairly okay mom. She says, I guess if you're good at womanizing and not too confident about your other abilities, it's just easier to continue.
Oh, yeah, don't stop. Double down.
What are you going to do?
I agree. Get those numbers up.
Anyway.
It's a great game.
Have you ever met like a 50-year-old womanizer, though, or like a 45-year-old womanizer?
Is this... I don't know like how to explain this, but older men do not care for me. They don't like being around me. They don't like hearing me talk.
What does that mean?
They just, there's not one.
Can I ask, is this specifically about like your wife's dad though?
No, this is just in general.
It's like
Father-in-laws do not like me.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some
my
exceptions.
father-in-law. There's my father. I guess those are really the two guys.
I think it's like a generational thing, but the like kind of like person I came out as, I don't think is like allowed to have existed in 1984.
Sure.
You have like long hair and some.
I know.
spirit.
I think I just am annoying. I think I'm just an annoying guy. In
so
a way that was
funny.
previously unacceptable.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And so the
I'm a young
old
boy.
womanizers I'm not as familiar with. Although, who's that guy we met in the backyard of that bar who tried to tell us about every video game
That
console
was really
existed?
weird. Alex and I were in a bar recently, and we were talking about cards or something.
Yeah, we were talking about how I'm addicted to trading
And then this
card
guy
games.
came out and was like, sometimes when I do acid, I'm really good at pool. And
That's
we're like,
so funny.
all right,
And he would not
dude.
leave us alone for like
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Anyway, do you want to read another question?
He's my best friend.
Hit the forbidden knowledge button.
The unknown. The mystic. The world of women.
Okay, this next question is, why am I a bad girl?
Bad girls get the wall.
How is this? I just really want to know, like, how old was the person that posted this? If the person is like 9, then it's very sad.
Yeah,
This many.
because you didn't do your homework.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
said to stay in your room.
Yeah. If the person is a tiny little kid. then-
She has she has 2 questions that she has asked.
Okay.
Her other question is, why am I cheating with my good and lovely husband?
Oh, okay. So she's not that many.
And she knows about one topic, and it is urination.
I feel like this is a man pretending to be a woman.
This is someone's.
No,
this
no.
is someone's husband.
This is Ami
who was
Taka.
cheated on, and he made an account for her and said, "Why am I hurting my beautiful husband?"
What do
It
I
was
know
amazing.
about fucking urination?
I know about pissing away my marriage.
But anyway, so I would so far say she's a bad girl because she's broken the bounds of marriage, which is a lifelong covenant.
If we know
Yeah.
one thing about her husband is that he's good and he's lovely.
It's because the Lord hath forbade adultery.
That's right.
Yes, and I'm always saying it.
She had sex with Franklin Vo.
Ew.
My woman analysis is telling me this woman is no good.
She has answered 2 questions as well.
Kate, what are some ways you've found people to be a bad girl in your life?
Like, I don't know. To me, there's something so like corny, cheesy, like basic sexual about that question. You know, like, ooh, I'm a bad girl. Like it's like it's like slutty.
Uh-huh.
I see you're dodging.
Like a
Basic.
maninizer.
No. To me, that feels like a basic person's idea of slutty sex. I'm
Sure.
a bad
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
What's a bad girl?
Uh-huh.
This
Yeah.
is- I guess if it was more mature,
Killed a man.
if it was more mature, it would be I'm an evil woman.
Sure, there you go.
Why am I an evil woman?
What? I'm such an evil woman. Is that sexy?
I feel like in the 90s and 2000s there was like all this sort of like bad girl, like I feel like there was a few
Chic.
books that were like like
Chic?
Bad girl
but
chic.
it was kind of a corporate co-optation of the idea of rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh yeah, I'm a bad girl. I'm gonna wear shiny pants. You know?
Your mother said not to.
You call me back when you bomb a pipeline.
Yeah, I'm a bad girl. I sell predatory loans. Can't possibly pay them.
That was part of the housing collapse.
I sold subprime mortgages. I'm a bad girl.
These bad girls got bailed out. We got sold out.
That's so hot.
Yeah.
So sexy to be so bad. This answer I really like. We don't know you. Only you can answer this question.
That's true.
That's kind of true of all Quora questions.
Big upvote on that one.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yeah.
Another one. I don't know. Are you? I know sometimes I am.
This is so good to have community.
This is another really good one. This is from someone named Cursed Soul. They say, Cursed Soul says, no one is good or bad in this world. You just see things differently. For example, if you cheat on someone, one can think you are a toxic, shit, worst person ever. But maybe you cheated to avoid heartbreak. See, every people see things in their own way based on their experiences. Love yourself.
Thank you, Cursed Soul.
That's a great answer.
Very cute.
Love yourself.
Very sweet.
Love yourself. There's no such thing as
Little
good or
waffles.
bad.
Little waffle.
Waffles. Kate is desperately reaching for waffles. Who will not give her the time of day.
No, he is. Don't lie.
He's curled up now.
Don't
He's
lie
shown
about
up
him.
now.
Don't lie about
He was
it.
being a little flake before.
Yeah.
He
I haven't
he
seen him
loves the
for
company.
years.
I found a question from Cursed Soul if you want to hear it.
Okay.
Cursed Soul asks, when she is busy and can't talk to me, I start feeling weird. Like, first, I laugh a lot for no reason. Second, then I start feeling low and cry. I don't know why this is happening to me. It's a new feeling for me, and I can't understand my hormones.
Oh. Well, keep in there. Keep going for it, Cursed Soul. We'll check back with you.
I can't understand my hormones saying was out of left field. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that.
I mean, do any of us understand our hormones?
No.
They just do their own thing in there. Waffle's getting in the Pelican case, by the way. Updating
I
Waffles.
understand my hormones to some degree, you know?
They just do what they do.
Hormones?
If you're a woman, oh, well, maybe it's not like this for everybody, but it's like this for a lot. There's just like a week, a month where you're just like, I'm in a super
Oh,
bad
yeah.
mood. I hate everybody.
Is it hormones when your blood sugar drops and you get really angry?
I think
I think
so.
that's blood sugar.
Is that a
Yeah.
hormone?
No, but
I
blood
think that would be
sugar
blood
affects your
sugar.
hormones too.
Blood
I
sugar
think.
affects your
Yeah.
hormones, Jeremy. It's hormones.
You know what's a cute hormone? Speaking of cats, oxytocin.
Yes, great hormone.
Yeah, so that's the cuddle hormone that makes you feel like happy and affectionate when you snuggle with somebody. Like kids have it when they snuggle with their parents, or
Any
like
kind of snuggle.
like
Put that in
or you
Inside
can
Out.
have it, in a romantic relationship when you snuggle each other. But
the
cats also have it. So when they snuggle you, they feel happy in
That's
the same
good.
way that a person does, which is so cute.
I am so happy for them, and I understand their hormones.
Yeah.
There's a funny answer here from this woman named Ashlyn. She says, this is a pretty vague question. I'm not sure how you would like people to respond to this. Please rephrase it. In general, though, being a bad person is determined by the law, social views, and opinions. I think you should ask, quote, am I a bad woman for doing or saying blank? I hope this helps, Ashlyn.
Thank you, Ashlyn. If more people were like you, we could have a reasonable discussion on Quora for once.
It's so funny. To me, the people who think that like good or bad is like a matter of legality. That's like it's so funny to meet an adult like that.
Yeah.
I can't smoke marijuana, not because I don't want to, but because it's illegal.
bad.
It's illegal. I know this kid too. I know this 5-year-old. He's really cute. He's my friend's son.
Where'd you meet this 5-year-old?
He's my friend's child.
Okay, you already
He's
said
my
it.
friend's child, and
I got nervous when you...
He
I'm
was
backing
like-
off.
he often does this thing where he's like, I can't do that because it's illegal.
Sure.
He's like, oh, I can't go near the oven because it's illegal. And I think that that's the way that his parents explain to him not to do something.
Right.
Yes.
It's just saying it's illegal.
There are laws.
It's the law of the home.
That's just their shorthand for don't do this.
When you go near the oven.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
But sometimes it's not something that is illegal at all. Sometimes
Right.
he's like, I'm not allowed to stay up this late because it's illegal.
Joe Biden is out of control.
Yeah, he's not going to vote for Biden.
Yeah, he's not.
He's now a
nighttime
Green Party
laws.
guy. He's 5 years old voting for Jill Stein.
Okay, really good answer there.
From Vernon. You want to read it?
Okay, Vernon St. Amour says, you were just born to sin, little girl.
And he's an account manager.
Ew.
this
Horny
one.
account manager.
This guy, Carter F. Ham, who is a general at U.S. Army from 1991 to present, says, It depends on your mindset.
This is the Army's official response to why you are a bad girl.
And then the last one, Shell, whose grandma and great-grandma says, how the fuck would I know?
Bam, Shell blasted your ass.
Nailed
Get the
it,
fuck
Shell.
out of here.
We should do more questions.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
I'm going to skip to Quora Gone Wild.
Okay, fair enough.
Slam the animal button.
Okay, that's all the way back on this one.
It's Quora Gone Wild.
How does a dog or cat know when their lover cheats on them?
So this isn't necessarily woman analysis.
I mean, it
per
could
se,
be.
but it could involve a woman.
The dog or the cat could be a woman cat. or
Yeah, it's
dog.
like the answer to this riddle is it's a woman dog.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So how do they know when their lover cheats on them? And my gut response is they can smell it.
I think that they don't care. I don't think there is cheating with a lot of animals.
I don't know. I think they're deeply committed to monogamy.
I don't think they were made in God's image.
I think.
What if God just is a dog?
That pissed me off. Though. I'd be so fucking pissed if he
Okay.
turns out to be a dog. If I get in there, ready
What's
to pound
dog spelled
it,
backwards?
it's doggy style.
I
Fuck
don't-
you.
Oh man.
Don't think about it.
Yeah. I dated this guy that was always trying to get me to like be poly or have group sex, and his example for why we should do that was that it was natural for like a type of monkey
Okay.
called a bonobo.
Yes,
Sure.
like-
bonobos.
The guy
And
who
I
has
was
the
like-
suit?
Yeah, the pants company.
Never mind. Forget
Oh,
it.
I don't know that one. I don't know about the pants company, but I was just always like sitting in those conversations being like, why would you base your sex life on what a monkey is doing? Like, it's fine. Just do whatever you want. But you're just like, oh my God, look at those monkeys. I should
Yeah.
do that, you know?
In their defense, those monkeys seem like they're having a great time.
Yeah, they
Animals
are
do all
horny.
sorts of crazy shit. You can't like kill someone and be like, tigers do it.
Yeah. Also, like, animals are very jealous. I don't know if all animals are jealous, but like, okay, so if my girl cat is sitting on my lap,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the boy cat will run over, just smack her in the head, and then take her spot because he's so mad that she has
Sure.
it. Or if he'll be sitting there and he won't come, but then I'll be like, Pearl, and I'll call her and she'll come over, and then he'll get up and run
Right.
towards me because he doesn't want her to have the attention.
He's got to beat her
Well,
there.
he might think that they're lovers and that Pearl's cheating on him.
I don't think he thinks
I think
that.
that has to be what
I
it
think that they
is.
think that I'm the food source.
Sure.
I am the god, and that I provide the food, and that he wants to be number one.
Well, that's a positive way of looking at it. For
Is
sure.
it?
I think
The hierarchy of the home?
the hierarchy of the home. To go back to the incel discussion before,
Please.
yeah, a lot of animals have kind of like a kind of manosphere thing where there's just one alpha who
Right.
has sex with everybody, and so if you go by
Sure.
those rules, then there's just like one stud who goes crazy on the whole pack.
It's so nuts to me how many people now believe this like alpha male rhetoric and like.
I mean, it's
you
true
know,
of like
just-
bulls.
Well, it's just okay, right? Like the incel thing, their whole like story about how the world operates. That like, oh yeah, like all women care about is your fucking jawline, and like, it's just like if you look at like every couple, like it's mostly just two like normal ass people. Like by far, most couples are just two normal looking people. Either one of them is particularly super attractive.
But if
They're
a guy
just
with a jaw
chill.
showed up, he could legally steal her.
I guess
allowed.
so.
Because he'd be Mr. Steal Yo Girl.
But
Because
it's
his
just,
name on his license plate,
Steal Your Girl.
It's
driver's
Mr.
license, if you check it as Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Oh damn.
His license plate is a vanity plate that says Steal
Yeah.
Y and then G. And then you have to know what that stands for.
POIG.
Steal YG.
Yeah. People
Tell
know
me
that.
God didn't have a plan.
STL.
Sure, but people think it's St. Louis,
YRGL.
unfortunately. People
That
are like,
would-
well, who is St. Louis, your girl?
Who's Steely G? What were we talking about?
Cats, dogs, or cats.
they
know what they're
smell
on.
it.
I think it's body language.
You guys got to think about this, how much these fuckers are smelling shit, because it's nonstop. Sure. Look at him. He's in the pelican case.
When a dog smells another dog's butt, they're like, I know where you've been.
They are, though.
All right, let me read these answers because they say what we're saying, which is
Linda has a good answer.
Domestic cats and dogs don't have monogamous relationships like people do.
Liar!
Thing for them.
A lot of them are spayed and neutered.
I don't know why Linda is lying about this. I think Linda is actually a cheating cat.
Yeah, she says she's a veterinarian retired, but I think it's because she's a cat who is typing and doing cat posting.
She's been out of the game for so long. She doesn't know.
They're promiscuous breeders who have been evolved to breed indiscriminately and do not form long-term bonds with mates. We know you're a cat, Linda. You don't need to lie about slutting it up cat style.
Yeah.
You're a fucking dogonizer.
A dogonizer. A petinizer.
By Brittany Barkney Spears.
Dandy says
I'm
they
gonna
don't
leave.
care. Dogs and cats are made to reproduce and multiply without morality. You don't know that.
Not made in God's image. They're jealous.
My girlfriend always keeps an eye on me. It makes me wonder, which makes me wonder if dogs or cats consent when their owners are being unfaithful. What?
What?
Well, it's natural for humans to project their emotion and experience onto their pets. The reality is that dogs and cats don't possess the same understanding of romantic relationships or infidelity as humans do.
Even
Boring.
Zolkernane is this guy's name, says it.
Boring answers. I want someone to say that dogs can tell.
I want them to say it's the smell. No one has backed me up on the smell. Not even the vet.
There was one that's just like, I'm a vet. They can tell because of smelling.
They have so many more smell molecules than we have.
All right, let's do another question.
Smell
then.
sensors.
Let's do Quoromance. Why not?
Okay. The language of love.
We'll do.
Won't you answer my Quora about love?
This is a love question. I think we'll all have an answer for. How can I tell if my wife's vagina had a bigger penis inside?
My God, that's the most incel question in the world.
You got to feel around in there.
I don't know how you would mathematically get to the bottom of this.
I would never be able to tell.
You would it's the ultimate crime.
It's her secret.
You would never be able to know.
This is Victoria's secret.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There was
Probably she did, because if you're that insecure about your small penis, there's probably some grain of truth in it.
If you've asked a question, you've already lost.
Yeah.
That's Sam Elliott's.
I mean, that's also just like, it's so weird to me when men are obsessed with like
penis size.
not even penis size, but just like what other dicks have been in there first or whatever. Like it's like permanently. I feel like that's the basis of a lot of like incel theories. Is like if a woman has a lot of sex with a lot of guys, she gets like loose and used up. Or
She's ruined.
yeah, but then if she has sex with the same guy over and over again, the only thing that ruins your vagina, giving birth,
Having a baby.
Right. Oh, sure.
done.
Yeah. That's
stretched
true.
out forever.
Babies are huge.
They're-
Totaled.
They
Yeah.
gotta knock it off.
Well, it might not be totaled, but it's forever. It's forever changed.
If you're a mother listening, by the way, not you.
Yeah.
You're the one who got away.
mothers are the ones who have told me this. You
Yeah.
know, they're like, enjoy
But not
it
our
now.
listeners.
But
Yeah.
not
Not our beautiful listeners.
Not our beautiful listeners, though. There's a lot of answers on this that are like, you ask her, and that is not what we are looking for.
Yeah.
We want like a trick I can do.
Yeah. What device?
Lets you know what tracks are in there. Like when you go to the forest and you see a footprint.
You know, like when you watch like a spy movie and they like roll a ball that like shoots lights and like surveys the room.
It reviews-
You got to stick one of those
shows
up
the
there.
lasers.
Yeah, exactly.
But the lasers are previously larger penises.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
There was a chode here.
There's people have a lot of answers for this.
Okay.
New Apple says he definitely didn't know when I was being fucked in my pussy by a guy with a cock bigger than his own.
New Apple said this?
Then I came home with my pussy back to normal. But he would definitely know when I had the big cocks of 3 guys fuck me until they finished. When he fucked me after those guys, he could tell there was a bigger cock than his. Fucking my pussy till it flared.
I am losing to that. I came home with my pussy back to normal.
I like the idea that she's like, look, one dick, he can't tell. But if you got 3 in there, he'll know.
Hell no.
Yeah.
It's going to seem like a full house.
It's like how you Like when you're, I don't know if you ever did this as a teen, but if there's like
Get fucked by 3 guys at
vodka,
once.
no. There's like vodka in the freezer and you drink a little bit, and, and then you replace it with water, and then you're like, oh fuck, it froze. They're gonna that, but for dicks.
Yeah, it's pretty much that exactly, but for dicks.
Yeah.
But so if possible, just change your pussy back to normal.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you can do that.
Disguise your pussy.
Change shape.
This guy Tom says, that's easy. This happens with my wife all the time. While we were having sex and she gets into it, somewhere in the middle, her pussy opens wider and feel it get longer. What?
Feel it out.
That's true.
The answer is feel them out.
I tell her that her pussy is yearning for a bigger, more filling dick.
This guy's a cuck and he hasn't admitted to his cuck fantasies to himself.
I think he has admitted it.
I think he's not only admitted to himself, but to anyone who's willing to read his post.
It sounds like if anyone isn't into it, it's his wife who's like, stop asking me to fuck your friend.
The last sentence of the post is, offer to get her one, but can't get a yes from her. ...
Okay, so he wants to be cucked, but his wife says no.
She said no.
Here his wife is just like, shut up, this is so annoying.
I hope he said it just like this. He was like, babe, you know how when we're doing our thing and your space gets bigger in the middle? What if that was the guy at the gas station in there?
My boyfriend had an experience once where he was like hanging out with this couple and he just thought they were like chilling, that they were all having a good time. And then it turned out that they were
grooming him.
They're trying to get him to do cuckold stuff. He was
be a bull.
He was just like, oh, I don't really see it that way. I thought we were just chilling.
I don't really have the nose ring to be a bull.
Yeah.
That's very funny. I wonder how they pitched it to him. Like, we're all having a good time. Movie's good. Almost over. What if I fuck my wife?
I think it was like,
what if I was tied to that chair?
I don't remember what it was exactly, but I think it was like definitely the dude that brought it up.
Sure, I feel like it has to be.
You have to.
Yeah.
How funny would it be?
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a hilarious prank if you fucked my wife.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hanging out with like a comedian couple, that is how it comes up. Be like, you know, it's a really funny bit.
Yeah.
Has this happened to you?
I cry and jack off while you go in there.
Has this happened?
Do you need a glass of water? Can I get you a snack? Would you like to fuck my wife?
Anything you need.
Yeah.
My wife, water, a beer.
Yeah.
Well, whatever works.
What's this guy with the swinging lifestyle say?
Which one is that?
Patrick Magoo.
Oh my God.
My wife and I have been in and out of the swinging lifestyle in years past. We posted adult ads all over the U.S. for the largest endowed males.
This is like Star Search.
America's next top penis. We had men travel near and far who were hung on the extreme large sizes. There really are 9 inches to 12-inch penises out there, thick as an elbow.
Monsters!
That like to get into a hot, tighter vagina, fully without the female whimpering, complaining, or otherwise not being able to fully take them.
That's gotta
She
be
could
most of
and
that.
did. All ages and ethnicities. To be clear, only a handful a year visited, but when one did, it was a sight to behold. She comfortably accommodated the passionate lovers and sometimes uncomfortably accommodated the pounders who need to screw unmercifully rough.
God
but
damn
never
it.
whimpered. She just took it for hours.
All right,
Point is,
we're
my
done.
God.
We're done. We're done.
Dude, that is just exactly like how, like, to me, that was like the perfect, most emblematic, like, just the way that women think of sex is so different than the way that women think of sex.
That's classic Patrick Magoo.
I mean, he said that it's really for him because he liked getting in there next.
Yeah.
It's all his fetish.
Yeah, he has a fetish of just being like, I'm lost in here. You haven't gone back to normal mode.
So I did, this may be TMI, but I think it's worth it.
I can't imagine it's worse than this thing we
We're an hour in. No one's listening anymore.
I dated a guy that had a problem with his foreskin.
Sure.
It was like painful for him.
Was it evil?
No, he
Oh,
just it was like painful for him to get an erection. It was the same, and it had been that
sucks.
way his whole life.
Sure.
Okay.
And he had this problem forever, but then he would always say that the reason he couldn't like admit it to himself, so he would say the reason was because I was short. And therefore had an extra small lady part, which is not how it works.
What?
There's this, you don't have smaller lady parts because you're short.
No.
Like that's just not the way it works.
No.
But then I later found out after we broke up that he had like told everybody.
Oh my God.
And I was like, but I guess this is not like
Yeah.
it wasn't true, but I mean I guess
My
it's
reputation
not, like,
precedes
that
me.
bad of a rumor to have going around about me. Like, Kate, well, yeah, she has a super tight pussy.
It's incredible. No,
It's painful.
I definitely don't have venom on my penis. Who is a twisted being who lives on there hurting me.
That's a good rumor to have spread about you.
I was just like, I think I just am a regular one.
I think you should see a doctor.
It's not remarkable in any way.
You hurt this poor man.
Well, thank you for writing in, Patrick Magoo. We have a little more time here.
Sure. Do you want to read any more answers? Do you want to read another question?
Let's do another question. I feel like that last one really wore out our welcome.
If anything's getting worn out, it's our welcome.
It's our pussies.
It's the pussy of our welcome.
The next question, this will be our final one. If I perform CPR on a guy, mouth to mouth, would that be considered cheating on my boyfriend or no?
Can lifeguards?
I feel like
faithful?
this is like the premise of a '90s drama, like about a hospital. Like, she works in a hospital. She's a paramedic, and then like it's her ex-boyfriend that comes in, and she wants to like save his life, but like her husband is gonna be so mad because she never let go of the feeling or whatever.
That sounds good. I'd watch that. You should write that.
Are you gonna stick with this chick who gives it up breath-wise?
Yeah.
She used CPR tongue.
Well, I feel like that was a very common premise of the '90s.
Was
is
it?
like there just
Baywatch.
It was this thing on Saved by the Bell.
Sure.
I feel like there was always situations of where erotic CPR.
Everyone
Right.
was
have to be
choking
given.
in the 90s.
Everybody would
because
have to, I don't know. People didn't chew back then or something.
The processing for meat often included bones.
Yeah, but
Sandlot.
giving CPR to someone hot was like, it seemed like it was going to be one of the main
Right.
issues that you confronted as an adult.
If you think about it, giving CPR to a hot person is not probably gratifying at all.
No,
It's probably
because they're
disgusting.
essentially dead.
Yeah, well, they're
You're
dying.
keeping their
yeah.
heart going.
Or
And
they're
you have to-
actively dying.
You have to like break their ribs to do CPR.
Yeah, you have to really
correctly.
get in there
I feel like movies don't
and smash
really
their
show
ribs.
that. They just kind of like bend their elbows.
Yeah, if you just kiss them, they will die.
Yeah, because you have the kiss of death.
Yeah, sure.
But it is cheating, of course. You can't do it. You can't.
Does anybody agree?
No.
It's a lot of CPR certified people who is not who I want to hear from. I want to hear somebody who calls it like it is streetwise.
That's cheating. If they survive, that's cheating. If they die, it's fine. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anyone says it's cheating, because that would be funny. Your victim was close
Have you ever
to
given
death.
CPR, Kate?
no, I have no idea how. I should really
I'm
learn.
terrified of it.
I had to do it. I mean, as a lifeguard, I had to do it on like dummies.
Oh, okay.
But never on a
you
body.
mean like dummies or like stupid people?
Yeah, no, I haven't done.
Yeah.
Well, they do. When you're a lifeguard, you have a little thing that so you don't have to kiss anybody.
Oh, okay.
You just have to put a little thing over their mouth.
I need to learn basic first
Pussy.
aid. I don't think I would know how to give someone
Yeah.
a Heimlich, really.
Yeah, it seems hard.
You got to really go for broke.
You kind of do.
You basically just have to slam them into a wall or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah, you have to throw them into a wall.
I should learn basic first aid.
Well,
just
you
have to
take the
punch
back
them
of
in the
their head and
face.
you just ram it into a wall.
I I
Take
need
their
to take a little
teeth.
first aid class, and until then, I'm gonna have to tell John to really chew his food because I'm not equipped to save him.
Do you guys choke a lot?
He suffocated when they find his body. He suffocated, but also his bruises all over his body.
Yeah.
He's missing his teeth and he has a broken nose.
I choke all the
You
time.
choke a lot.
Yeah, I can't stop. You wolfing the stuff down.
I'm trying to see if there's any funny
This
answers
has
on
been
this.
such an enlightening episode
Yeah.
about women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we really analyzed women this episode.
Yeah. Some women have extremely loose vaginas that come from having sex with 3 to 4 people in the same day.
At once.
Yeah.
Bowls, even.
Get them all
Yeah.
in
The
The
there.
biggest ones in America.
Some women
Yeah.
are bad as a result of doing infidelity.
Yeah.
What else do we learn?
Oh, and because they crave sin.
We learned
yeah.
that cats and dogs can tell if they've been cheated on due to smell.
Due to
Yeah.
smell their smelling receptors.
Oh, look at little waffles as we say that.
Yeah, he's in the pelican
can
case.
tell.
He's in the box.
Just off camera, we assure you, he's in the pelican case.
He's a baby.
I like this one answer where someone just says CPR is a wonderful skill.
Okay.
That's true.
CPR.
I wonder what this person who asked this question was. John? Oh, no, that's a different guy. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Okay. Well,
It's
that's
Chloe
gonna
Ace is the person who asked it.
Chloe.
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 It's not loading.
Keep it up, girl.
I knew a girl named Chloe when I was little.
Was it her?
No.
Is she a lifeguard now?
No.
Can you
This
be a
is a
professional
high
lifeguard?
school
Like, can
student.
your job be like full-time lifeguard?
Yeah. I think, public pools and the beach and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to be somewhere where it's always warm, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm so East Coast coded, Kate.
Yeah.
Why is
I
that?
don't know anything about fully warm places.
Yeah, in California, there's year-round lifeguards for sure.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Also, there's indoor pools.
Yeah.
Imagine Jeremy if he was a full-time
I was a lifeguard as a boy, and there were full-time lifeguards. that
You'd
would just go to
probably
the
have
indoor
abs
pools.
if you were one now.
I don't know about that. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
Being a pool lifeguard, the pool's like 3 feet deep.
you got to make it work.
You have to
Yeah.
really try hard to drown in those things.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to do.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah.
I
You'd be
don't know,
trying
you
to.
have to be 2 feet tall to
Yeah.
drown.
I think my best achievement in this episode was Barkney Spears.
Yeah.
Dogganizer. Oh, dogganizer.
Yeah, Bernie's. Yeah. Roof, 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 roof.
Rough.
Yeah.
You know what? On that note, let's ask a
Let's
question.
shut it
before,
all
No.
down.
We have to ask a question because last week we forgot.
Okay.
Kate, do you have any questions you want to ask Quora.com?
Okay. Let's go with the pet theme.
Okay.
All right. What's the best way to get a dog and a cat used to hanging out together?
Okay.
Okay, that's we'll get traction.
That's
on
just
that
a
one.
normal. Yeah.
Should I have asked something weirder?
No, I don't think so.
No, this is important to get them used to it.
Well, because my boyfriend's dog and my cat only met one time and it didn't go that good. And so I want to know how to do a better job.
The thing about cats is that they gotta like, they're territorial. So if you meet them in a new place, it's bad. But also if the dog comes into their place, it's bad.
The dog came into my room, yeah.
Yeah. That's their place.
Yeah, they were really mad. What happened was they went under the bed and you couldn't see them at all, but you could just hear them growling. It was just under the bed, completely no cat visible, just...
In my experience, short of the dog eating the cat, usually what happens is the cat like really scratches up the dog and then they're like bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, I figured that
I've-
how I think it'll happen is that the dog will approach the cat a couple times. One time the cat will beat up the dog, and then the dog will learn
That is kind of what happens.
the lesson.
It's
and leave
sad,
the
but
cat
it's
alone.
they gotta learn the hard way because these pooches don't know how to act.
It was
right.
so funny. I went to a friend's house, and the friend has a big dog. It's like some kind of Labrador mix, and the dog is so scared of the cat because the cat, like, I guess, hit the dog or something a few times. But if the cat comes in the room, the dog starts like shaking. Like,
Oh,
it's like
no.
the dog is so scared of the cat. The dog has no idea how much bigger he is. It's it's sad, but it's hilarious that the dog is fucking terrified.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious.
Yeah.
And on that note, Kate, thank you so much for coming on the Quorators podcast, America's #1 Quora podcast. Where can our listeners find you at home and abroad?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at kate.willett with 2 T's in Willett. And I have a new special out today. It's called Loopholes, and it'll be on Amazon, YouTube, Apple TV. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out next to Severance by Ben Stiller.
Yeah, it has.
On Apple
I think it's
TV.
a funny special. It has a lot of jokes. It's about 45 minutes long.
I know I'm laughing.
That's the perfect length for a special.
Yeah, I was happy with it. Yeah.
Run, don't walk to the Kate Willet special Loopholes.
Yeah.
that's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone at home. We think you have a tight one.
Subscribe to our Patreon. Bye.